So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down on the Friday Guardian Quick Crossword. Let's jump into this thing. We are in number 26 today. And I think I'm having a pretty good Puglia from the maker Note Rossi. It's a 2023. It pours well. It's got a nice finish. Just seems like it could have stood an extra 6 months in the barrel, but I'm wondering if this is one of those that's going to grow on me by the time I get to the bottom of this bottle and into the next one. I will give a full report. All right, so let's hop into our grid and see what we got today. Make sure I got the right stuff here. All right, good. So let me go ahead and just very carefully put this in here and see if I'm going to get a W today or if I'm going to get slapped in the face again. I've been getting slapped a bunch lately, so I'm kind of gotten used to it. Okay, these clones, anagram, are made up of many different things. So we got something. I got a 3-letter to work with here. Sticky stuff. Well, if I'm looking at Muesli's clones, so the two things I can think of, 3 letters that would be sticky stuff that fit with the limitations we have here. I mean, first thing that comes to mind is tar or sap. I think of maybe gel, but can't do tar or gel here. I can do sap. I have 2 S's, and I have 1 M, so that could be mud. And then looking at this one, I don't know what we got here. Former partners. Those could be X's. We've got 2 E's. And flamboyantly eccentric. I'm thinking outre for that one. So that could put a U-S there. So, I don't know. Let's go ahead and put those in because I think it might work. I don't know if it's going to, but I haven't taken the time, which would take me about 5 minutes to sit there and stare at that and come up with the actual anagram, but I could do it. I mean, we could all do it, right? But so this is making me really think it's miscellaneous. So, not one of those words you spell every day. And if you do these days, your phone almost spells it the rest of the way for you, doesn't it? We're getting a little lazy that way. At least I am. Traditional stocking filler. Unable to decide. I don't know. Stop being annoying at 3 and 3. All I can think of there would just be to lay off. Wow. One's not yet fully fledged. Start work. Not permanent. 5 and 4 could certainly be short term. So then this might be to set. I just went out of my way to make sure I didn't do that, and I did it anyway. So I think well-heeled, obviously, probably going to be affluent. I think that's a given there on this one. We'll find out when I do the check all. Make something possible. When I have something else, I usually have a little bit more to work on in a normal grid. Massive complaints. We drink 4 letters ending in an all I can think of is me maybe being a dram. So maybe a massive complaints could be a barrage. Maybe. And this tells me make something possible could be enable. I mean, really, if I'm like everybody else, I'm like every other human. If I have a little bit to go on, I might be a little bit more successful. So one's not yet fully fledged. I guess this would be a nestling. It's not out of the realm of possibilities for Yanks to use that term. It would just be very uncommon. Poor quality items, 3 letters. I have no idea. No idea. Dependent on someone or something. Gosh, give me something to light. Containing iron. Oh, this I should know, depending on how y'all spell ferric. Because maybe I don't know it. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I don't know all of a sudden. I think this is reliant now, so that helps. Oh, now poor quality items starting with a T. No idea. Okay, I guess delight could be glee. All right, maybe that helps. A resumption of friendly relations, 13 letters. Oh, well, and I think this might have just been, this was the metaphorical, or should I say the proverbial manna from heaven for me, because I think that's a if I can remember how to spell it, rapprochement. Rapprochement, or rapprochement, the way Yanks would say it. I never can tell what my Brit buddies are gonna say or do, because y'all kept so much of the French, right? You know, in the way you're spelling and everything else. It seems like when you kicked us out, you kicked everybody out to the colonies, whether they be in Australia or to the States. You basically told us to come up with our own language or something. I don't know what happened there. We just got, I don't know. People, sometimes I hear them say, that's just British slang, and I'm thinking, no, that's just English. I think the slang's coming from us, right? So I have poor quality items. I mean, I have never researched where tit for tat comes from. All of a sudden now I'm wondering if tit would be like a poor quality item along with tat. So therefore maybe you're getting one poor quality item for another, which I don't think that's what it means. I think it really means quid pro quo. Yeah, but I'm just going to put tat in there. I don't want to go with the other. So, no idea. Okay. Forgetful. Dilapidation. 9 letters ending with an R. Okay, well, I guess I would disrepair, because I thought it disrepair maybe, and then when I thought, no, it could be disregard, but then the R. So I guess disrepair. We see if that helps me at all. Fill with horror could be to appall. Online advertisement. If this is a pop-up, it's strange in a way. In the US, you don't usually have a version of the word. No, that's right. It's okay. Never mind. I thought it was a pop-up ad, which it clearly is, but since ad's not in that, fine. Sorry. On the cards. Forgetful. Oh man. Unable to decide. I don't know. I'm really just reaching out here on something now. So dithery. Latin god. Now I know something. Deus. I guess this could be Satsuma, which is only something I ever learned in a crossword puzzle. I really need to probably figure out what that is. All I know about Satsuma is it's a mandarin of some sort, right? And I know I've had them as a kid, but is that what we put in stockings traditionally? I don't know. I don't know. And I'm in the region that kind of invented Christmas, so I should probably ask around. I have no idea, though. Maybe it's an English Christmas tradition or something, or maybe I'll have another day for stockings. I don't know. You got all the Boxing Day and everything else going on, so I have no idea. I really don't know, but I think it's pretty freaking cool. One's particular about how things are done, and at LR, I guess the only thing, and I think I said it out loud, but mumbling earlier, a stickler. I'm like, got to come up with another name for stickler, and I guess it could have been that, and that makes on the cards expected But even if I'm right, about that, I still need to find out more about the term on the cards, because if this is expected, and I totally just screwed this up by typing it wrong. But I like that term on the cards, and therefore expected. I could have almost seen that being foreseen, right? Or as if something on the cards, like tarot cards or whatever. But I have a crazy imagination, so don't think that makes me nutso. It's just, these are what my imagination takes me to, but that's not good enough. I need to know what it actually is, so I need to do some research on the cards. So I'm going to put that down now because I don't know what that is. But expected kind of spelled itself out there in a way. So if I am right, I think that's pretty cool, and I can't wait to learn out more about it. But now, what is this forgetful? Some people call these people someone who's a scatterbrain, right? Or they're muddled, or they're a sea, right? Out to sea, perhaps, right? Just kind of lost, So I don't know. And so I'm going to check all to see how I did before just admitting that I'm going to just take the punch in the mouth today. So let's check all, see how we're doing. Looks like we did okay. I think it looks like we did okay. Since there's nothing in this grid system to tell me when I'm wrong or that I didn't get it right, if I happen to miss a place, a cell where it's now erased because I did get something wrong there and I don't point that out, it's not me cheating. Please let me know in the comments. I will be glad to eat crow. I'm eating crow now. It is not a problem for me to go, oh yeah, I guess I missed that. What is that? No, and I'm not ever, that's not my thing. I'm here to learn, and I'm here to learn from you guys, and you guys are amazing, and I love y'all to death. I really do. I think I'm in for about a week's worth of drinks with old Neil in London, so at some point I better pay up, right? So, forgetful. Let's go ahead and reveal this. Well, that's not fair. Because I said scatterbrained. I just had no idea scatty was a word. I had no idea. And had I thought it was a word, I would have thought it was probably something illegal. So yeah, or jazzy maybe, a little scat tune. Oh, that's kind of a scatty tune perhaps, but I wouldn't have assigned it to forgetful, right? So interesting. And this tat, I was unsure about tat. And so I've got to learn about tat. I always get homework out of this, but this is my favorite kind of homework. Sitting on a bus or just walking around the farmer's market, sit down in the morning, have an espresso at the local shop, and sit down and I look up the words I need to learn, the English words that I don't know. So what a fabulous grid. Thank you all so much for solving with me today. Just a fabulous thing. I'm going to go ahead and break down our Banya Dedu. I want to say thank you to everyone for subscribing and for liking, of course, and I really appreciate the comments. And I've never seen a more helpful or amazingly kind or pleasant crowd. And even the occasional trolls that I get from up in the UK, they're really funny, it's just kind of a funny thing, I think one fella, I just imagined that not really a North Country accent, maybe more of a Cockney, or maybe something a bit more down, like a bleed over, but certainly wasn't speaking posh to me, but it was just like, now when you get really rip-roaring drunk, and then you do the grid, then I'll be entertained. That was kind of how I heard it, right? It was just kind of funny. And one fella said he wanted one of my berets, and something about looking at my head. Nice, everything, but it's just nice. Everybody's nice there. It's pleasant. So fantastic. You don't have a garbage bin, you've got dustbins, and that's exactly right. So thank you all so much for being here. Until I see you tomorrow for the Saturday Quick. Ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Au revoir. Be good to yourselves. Be great to your neighbors. And be especially kind to the fellow behind you in the queue. Be well.